Hello, everybody. This is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Today's game will be all about the turnovers. The Seahawks are #1 in turnover differential, and they'll be up against that Jags team that knows they have to take care of the ball. So, with the call of this Week 16 matchup, let's hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Tonight, the stage is set for our final Thursday night game of the year between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Seattle Seahawks. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well. The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you? You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle. And the linebacking core could certainly be crucial today. They do everything really, really well. Fly to the football, defend the pass, you name it, they do it, as well as set the defensive front. A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down. Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Bortles. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter. Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown. And that last one, that hurts. After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back. That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield. He reads defenses so well, doesn't he? He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target. I don't think so either. I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. Wilson. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it? Able to dump it over the top to him. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And for Jacksonville, their defensive starters, the youngster, the rookie out of UCLA, Miles Jack, a guy to watch. You have to watch him because he can make a big play from just about anywhere on the field. Top 5 talent. Ends up going number 36 because of a knee injury last year at UCLA. They'll use him all over the place for matchup situations, and he will wreak havoc. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. On third down, Wilson gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. And the D looking like they may blitz.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And they'll run it here. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. And he knocks it through. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. 23 yards on the play.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Out left side here to Bryant. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
Now Bortles. Green with a catch left side. Able to pull off the hurdle. Not a ton there on the back end, but a nice move and a good game.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
To throw, it's Bortles. And caught, right side, Green. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And, oh, look at that, a diving catch. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Bortles to throw once more. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Shift together here from the D-line. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll come out in the pistol. Again, they'll throw with Bortles. His pass caught at the 4. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. They come up in an offset eye. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Bortles now on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Duke Johnson, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, Wilson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to...
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And it's 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
The 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And Green with a catch left side. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Bortles now on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Out left side here to Bryant. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards on the pickup, and the Jags are going to have a 1st down. On 1st down, Bortles. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Martavis Bryant, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Jaguars move back within a couple of the lead. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
To throw is Wilson. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now Wilson on 1st down. It's complete to Lockett. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
And the hitch route is run really well. That jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space. All you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
All week in practice, they stressed grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the 1st down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice, because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. That means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game.
Wilson. It's caught, Lockett, and he will score. Tyler Lockett as the first half is winding down, and the Seahawks add on to their lead.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this. Well, that came a little abruptly here. So working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we we can get to the third quarter now. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding the clock.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 14 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Here's Wilson to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. Pass interference call. Charles, you were a defender. You know how hard it is to defend the pass without committing this penalty.
And if they would let them play with a little bit more contact to give the defender a better chance, we wouldn't have nearly as many flags.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And his kick is good. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Bortles will try again on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it's 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. The tight end, Julius Thomas, the intended target, and it's 4th down.
Well, I've got to give him some credit there. He tried to sell the out route. He tried to sell it hard. And as a receiver, what you're really trying to do is maneuver a defender inside to give yourself a little more cushion breaking to the out. But how about the defender reading it really well, not buying the fake or the maneuver inside, and getting to the sideline and helping break up the pass?
Down the numbers. There he goes. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
That was a good, strong run there. And while it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are. Stay with who you know. And go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
When the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there, it doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the 2nd level, you end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off, didn't have to knock anyone to the side, didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off.
They come out here in the eye. Now Wilson finding time. He's going to, and this will be caught at the 30. And he's brought down after a good gain. He got 29 yards that time. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now a handoff here to his running back. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Tackle made by Demarius Randall. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push his way up to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
1st down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play. And the seemingly endless drive continues. second and goal here from the 9. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that is going to set up third and goal. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. And out net ready to go. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with his third touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. No gain, and it's second down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Bortles to throw on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Bortles now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Martavis Bryant, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Bortles is going to throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. It's a short kick here, fielded at the 24. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be tapped. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they run with a backup. This is Thomas Rawls. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, you gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And now they're in the hurry-up. One final try now for Bortles. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And that
it.